Hello darlings, Happy New Year. Yes, it's still okay for me. I haven't expired the phase in which we stopped saying Happy New Year. I hope you're going to have an amazing 2023. I don't know if it's just me, but everyone's asking the same question. What's your word for 2023? Now, I don't know if it's a new, American phenomenon in the way of like self-care and development, or if it's the Meghan and Harry effect. As we know, Meghan and Harry just had that Netflix show in which they talked about a friend of theirs always asking at their WaliyahWorld Christmas party, and just every year it's a thing where the friend asks, what is your word for the year? So this seems to have caught on a lot more than usual. And for me, I don't think I have a word. I think it's about attitude. I live in the self-development space all year round. I'm really all about self-improvement. I study everyone from Jim Rohn to Brendan Burchard and everyone in the space. Mel Robbins, Lewis Howes, and everyone. And I get bits from Napoleon Hill, the OGs like Brian Tracy, and like I said, Jim Rohn. So many people in that space, Brian Tracy, Tony Robbins, of course. Now, let's get to the word of the year. For me, if there was going to be a word, I would say consistency, okay? It's super boring, but you know what? Success leaves clues. When you look through all of the data out there from Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs, lots of people, consistency for me is big. It's a life hack and it's magic. Think about when you're investing. If you go, between the dollar cost averaging and compound interest and allowing that interest to accumulate, and your interest would earn interest, and you keep topping up your investments every month. And we've all seen those charts when they say if you invested for a child like 20 years ago, in the space of 25 years, something as small as £100 or $100 can amount to something like 200,000 or 100,000 at the very least, actually. So as they all say, the best time to start was yesterday, 10 years ago. The second best time is now. What consistency means, in addition to what I said about compounding, is that it allows you to proceed at a consistent pace. So good days, bad days, they net off each other. So whether this is with your exercise, if you're studying, if you have an aspiration or a specific goal, we all know that you shouldn't have too many resolutions. Try and stick to 3 big ones that will change your life. I'm looking for lower hanging fruit, but not just lower hanging. What resolutions will give you the most bang for your buck to improve you and level you up and upgrade you in a way that in subsequent years you now have the capacity to pick other things? We all know what that potential thing would be that could revolutionize our lives. We know what that one thing. There's a book called The One Thing, so try and look at one thing or connected things, 3 of them, to get your life and solve a lot of your pain points. I'm obsessed with pain points. Live Your Best Life, the travel project, is all about pain points for travelers. So now I'm talking about pain points for your day-to-day life. How do we build a life that you don't even have to run on holiday for? How do you capture every day a life that is you're galvanized to live, okay? So back to this consistency word. Let's use exercise as an example. It's no secret, I need to lose weight, okay? I'm out of where I need to be. I'm moving very slowly and I've lost just a tiny bit, but I'll tell you what, I'm no longer going to expect a result after 10 workouts in the space of 3 weeks. I'm going to just close my eyes and continue. I care about the person I'm building on the journey, not the result. One day I will wake up in a year's time, back to being snatched. But that's not really what I care about now. The good days, the bad days, you show up. And one day it actually comes together in a way that no one can take away from you, in a way that is sustainable and what have you, in a way that is going to last, that isn't a drastic yo-yo situation. So this is across the board. It's a valuable attribute to have, where you show up regardless. You commit to those habits. Because Steve Bartlett did an amazing video on resolutions and how psychology and how the mind creates habits. So how do we form a new habit to supersede an old one? We've seen things like Atomic Habits and lots of great books like that talk about that reward that you need to build in. And I can cover that in a separate video. But what I'm saying is, consistency for me is in the frequency in which I address what my goals are. Once a week, you dwell and ruminate and reflect on how you're tracking to progress. But have you scheduled in your week and slotted it in and habit stacked? So you stacked it around things that you're definitely going to do. So maybe you add one of your resolutions, like doing yoga 30 minutes or 15 minutes a day right after you brush your teeth, because you're definitely going to do it. So you put your yoga mat next to it. We know all those tricks. They've been covered in other people's videos. I'm keen to do videos that nobody else is doing. So I just want to say that that consistency isn't just in one area and with the frequency of 3 times a week. It's also about having an attitude of excellence as a habit. How we do one thing is how we do everything. And so we don't want to look at everything, but what are the core areas that we feel are weak in our wheel of life? Is it your work schedule? Is it your sleep? Is it your health? Is it your weight? Is it your career and your need to advance it? What are you doing every week to get you closer? Because it's not one drop in an ocean has that cumulative effect. It's the build up and the accumulation of the repetition and the adherence. You will pick up little nuggets as you study, you listen, you layer things as well. You will read about it, you will listen to audiobooks about it and podcasts. It's immersion. So that's it for me. I hope this made a bit of sense. And yeah, it's going to be an incredible 2023. I'm going to stay in touch and let you guys know about how this consistency situation is going. Obviously, I have smaller aspirations, such as one of my plans for this year is to be a dancer. I just want to dance. Is that a crime? So I'm gonna just watch this space. I'm gonna be a dancer. Yeah, for real. But obviously there's more important ones, and I'll share that as we go along.